back from London. Let's talk about it. First of all, hi, I'm Christina. If you don't know me, now you do, and we can be best friends. You guys are in my self-tape setup right now because I'm actually at my parents' house. Hopefully you guys will get to see my apartment soon, which is really, really cute, and I have a cute little setup over there that I will be filming videos in. But for now, let's get to London. So I actually went to London because my mom and I got it as our birthday trip last year, as our birthday present from my dad. We actually share a birthday. It's August 12th, and so we really planned this for like a whole year. So it was really, really special to actually go, and I can't believe that it's already over. I'm gonna talk about things I loved and things I didn't like. So things I loved, I absolutely love that it's a walking city. Like, I love that you can get anywhere with the tube. The tube is super easy to understand. The tube is like their subway, basically. It's super easy to understand. That was like a lifesaver. Also the buses, and the buses are super fun because most of them are double-decker buses. So it's just a blast to be able to ride on top and get to see everything while you're getting to where you need to go. So I love that. I also loved the theater. I'm gonna make a whole separate dedicated video to that, but I absolutely just adored the theater in London. That was actually the main reason why my mom and I went. We absolutely love theater. My career's in theater, and we love going to Broadway and seeing all the shows up there, so it was really cool to go to the West End, especially to see shows that started in the West End and then we've seen on Broadway, or are starting in the West End and are going to Broadway soon, like Back to the Future. But again, I'll make a separate video on that completely, but I loved the West End. Also, something about the West End that I really, really loved is that it seems like people are more willing to go to the theater over there. It seems like it's more a part of the culture. Our Uber driver said, which if anyone is from London and this is not true, you can totally correct me in the comments, but our Uber driver said that people in London actually will go to the theater over going to the movies, and they really enjoy, like, that's a normal night out for people in London to go to the theater, and that's just like not really a thing in the US. Like, the theaters are kind of struggling kind of all over the country right now, so I just thought that was super special and really awesome. And there was no theater that we went to that was empty. So I really think that this speaks volumes about just the culture in London and how it revolves kind of around theater and the arts. And speaking like to that, like we saw so many different like arts and art and artists, and it just seems like an awesome city to be in. Another thing about the West End that I think makes it a little bit more accessible is that the prices are lower than Broadway prices. Some of them are cheap, like 25 pounds. That was a pretty good price for a show, and I saw multiple shows for 25 pounds, which was awesome. But even like the more expensive tickets on the West End are still less than Broadway tickets. So I think that just like goes to show that we need to do something about making theater more accessible. Another thing I loved is that most of the people, if you would start a conversation with them, they would be really happy to talk to you. I met so many awesome British people, just getting to know people, and I really liked that. I really enjoyed that. Another thing I loved is the coffee. The coffee there is amazing. Everyone has oat milk. It is like not an uncommon thing to have oat milk over there. Every coffee I had, like every latte, was spectacular. I loved all the history. I feel like I learned a lot. We went to a lot of really cool things like Westminster Abbey. We went to the Tower Bridge, we went to the Tower of London, we went to the British Museum, I'm sure I'm forgetting stuff, St. Paul's Cathedral. We went to a lot of different places, and I loved learning about the history of London. Okay, now things I didn't like. So I think the biggest thing I didn't like was the food. We just didn't have, we had like two good places. Our favorite places, one of them was called Buns and Buns in Covent Garden, and the other one, Bella Italia, which I think is literally like a tourist spot. Like, I don't think it's something that British people go to at all, but it was pretty good, and we went there twice, so we did really like that. I noticed there's a lot of Italian places, maybe just around where we're staying. We did stay in Covent Garden, so we did stay around a lot of like touristy, tourist trap type restaurants. Even when we ventured out, we didn't really find any restaurants that we really loved. I didn't particularly love the food. Another thing I didn't like was the weather. The weather was awful. I'm being dramatic. I was expecting to go there and wear my summer dresses and like walk around and be super cute, but no, I was literally wearing jackets and jackets and jackets every single day because it was freezing. It wasn't actually freezing, but it was like 50 degrees, which I was just not expecting that. And so when you don't pack for that, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good for you. So I hope you enjoyed hearing about London. I had such a great time and I'm already looking forward to going back. I really liked it. Yeah, if you have any other questions, leave a comment below. Thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure to click subscribe. This is like one of my first long form videos, so I'm really excited to get really started in doing this. I love you so much. Thank you guys so much for being here. Bye.